In the heart of a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and dense forests, there existed a chilling legend that sent shivers down the spines of both young and old. This tale was known far and wide as the legend of the Headless Horseman. Long ago, during the colonial days, the village was a bustling hub of life and activity. Among its residents was a young and valiant man named Ichabod Crane. Ichabod was a tall, lanky schoolteacher with an insatiable curiosity and an intense love for adventure. He had come to the village to teach the children and immerse himself in the stories and history of the land. One fateful autumn evening, as the harvest moon cast an eerie glow over the landscape, the villagers gathered for a grand celebration. Pumpkins adorned the paths, and the air was thick with the aroma of apple cider and roasted chestnuts. It was during this event that Ichabod Crane first laid eyes on Katrina Van Tassel, the beautiful daughter of the wealthy farmer. As fate would have it, Ichabod became infatuated with Katrina's enchanting beauty and grace. Yet, he wasn't alone in his admiration. Another suitor, Brom Bones, had long harbored feelings for Katrina. Brom was a strapping young man known for his daring feats and playful nature, and he saw Ichabod's interest as a challenge. As autumn days waned and the nights grew colder, Ichabod's nightly walks home from the Van Tassel estate became increasingly eerie. Whispered tales of the ghostly Headless Horseman began to circulate. The horseman was said to be the spirit of a Hessian soldier who had lost his head to a cannonball during the Revolutionary War. He roamed the night, seeking his lost head and terrorizing anyone who crossed his path. One particularly misty night, after leaving a gathering at the Van Tassel estate, Ichabod found himself on a desolate path through the dark woods. The rustling leaves and howling wind played tricks on his imagination. Every snapping twig seemed like the footsteps of the horseman, and every shadowy figure felt like a looming specter. Suddenly, as if conjured by his own fear, a thunderous galloping filled the air. Ichabod's heart raced as he turned to see a terrifying figure on horseback, its shoulders covered in a tattered cloak, and where its head should have been, there was nothing but an empty neck stump. The Headless Horseman charged towards him, his eyes glowing like fiery coals. Ichabod's terror propelled him into a wild sprint, his heart pounding louder than the horseman's hooves. The horseman's laughter echoed through the night as he closed in, his spectral form undeterred by the physical world. Ichabod's desperate cries echoed in the forest as he raced towards the bridge that led to safety. Just as he reached it, the horseman swung his ghostly sword, and Ichabod's world went black. The next morning, all that remained of Ichabod Crane was his abandoned hat and the whispers of a ghostly encounter. Some believed that Ichabod had been taken by the Headless Horseman, while others suspected that Brom Bones had used the legend to frighten off his rival and win Katrina's hand. To this day, the village tells the tale of the Headless Horseman, a legend that has grown into a part of the region's folklore. The chilling story is passed down through generations, a reminder that darkness and fear can create legends that endure for centuries, haunting the imagination and sending shivers down the spines of those who dare to listen.